Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Gary Gensler, up to your old tricks once again, and Coin Bureau here with a funny video this morning. Saturday, July the 1st, kicking off the weekend. Did he ruin your weekend? He hasn't ruined mine, at least not yet.
If you are one of those people who's been waiting for Bitcoin to go back below 30K, then the SEC has got your back. We're just hearing the news via the Wall Street Journal that the SEC is apparently calling the ETF applications from the likes of BlackRock, Fidelity, and others, quote, inadequate. According to the journal's source, the SEC considers them to be not comprehensive or clear enough, and therefore they are very, very unlikely to get approved. And as a result, Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market is going that away. So have a lovely weekend, courtesy of the SEC. Thanks, Gary.
You're trying to keep it light Saturday morning, of course. We did get this news yesterday that the spot coin ETF filings are inadequate. I guess, first of all, I wanted to say thank you to Dawdler for XRP for sending this my way, and James K. Filan posting this. So the Bitcoin ETFs are inadequate. SEC says now that the spot Bitcoin ETF filings are inadequate. Regulators tell the NASDAQ, the CBOE, that applications from BlackRock, Fidelity, and others aren't clear and comprehensive. So we thought they had it in the bag. The BlackRocks, the Fidelities, they were going to go in with their Bitcoin ETF applications and they were going to get approved, no problem. However, now the SEC has come back and said, no, these are still not what we want. And so has it really affected the price of Bitcoin? Coin Bureau there was saying, for those of you guys who want Bitcoin to go down below $30,000, well, you are in luck. And, sure enough, when we did get that news yesterday morning, Bitcoin did go down to about 29.5. However, it was short-lived, bit of a panic sell there, and now the market is back up. So Bitcoin back up here to about 30,500, almost where we saw it yesterday, maybe a little bit lower than yesterday's price. So this is Bitcoin on the hourly. I mean, I got to say this was not really expected. I thought, these guys were going to get ushered in, approved very quickly. However, there are still some problems with not just the BlackRock ETF, but it looks like all those ETFs had problems with them. So a very interesting turn of events, I gotta say. And this has affected the crypto market a little bit. We've got market cap down a smidge as of now, down to about 1.2 trillion, down 0.56%. We got the 24-hour volume, though, up 33.8%. Bitcoin dominance slipping a little bit. So we did see Bitcoin slip against altcoins, but ultimately, the entire market essentially moving at the rate of Bitcoin. So it has been about a day and the market has evened out. In the last 24 hours, we're seeing minimal changes. Bitcoin down 1.2%, Ethereum up 1.2%, BNB coin up 1.9%. We got XRP down 1.4%. Cardano is down 2.5%. We've got Solana down, another notable one, down 4.1%. Some other cryptos are up. Bitcoin Cash has been one of those big movers over the last few days. Let me just bring up BCH real quickly here. Out of nowhere, it seemed like this coin pumped. And guys, this happens to coins all the time. This is one of the things that I highlight in my Patreon, guys, for only $5 a month. And now's a great time to sign up because it's the beginning of the month, $5 a month. I'm going to be posting my trades on the days that they occur. I've already gotten into a lot of the positions. And, even now, you can still get in at a bargain. So again, just wanted to mention, this is another example of how certain coins can pump. And, sometimes we'll have a better inclination of which coins those are going to be. Other times we just don't know. So $5 a month, I think it's pretty good value for your money. I mean, just break it down this way. That works out to 17 cents per day. Can you spare 17 cents a day? So BCH, one of those big movers. Let's take a look at XRP right now. XRP, well, not really doing too much here. Let me get rid of some of that. XRP right now trading at about 47.4, so down a little bit. On the hourly, you can see too, XRP did move down, was one of those altcoins that moved down based on the Bitcoin ETF SEC news. So it did go down roughly, what was it, around 5%, give or take? No, it was a little lower than that. It was 44.9, give or take, so it was about 6.75%. But now you guys can see it is back up to the prices that we were seeing yesterday. So, some coins were moving in tandem with Bitcoin. It's funny, though, because we were getting these FUD articles regardless with regards to XRP. Millions of XRP dumped in mere minutes as the SEC strikes back. So just wanted to address this because I don't feel like we were getting the complete clear picture here from you today. In a dramatic turn of events, they say the XRP token plummeted by more than 6.4%. As I showed you guys, it was about 6.7 total. As shockwaves went through the crypto market, we did see a bit of a dump. However, it was just because of the Bitcoin ETF and nothing majorly significant with regards to XRP or the lawsuit, which is, generally over the last month or so is, what we've been hearing, what we've been assuming would contribute to XRP price action. But wasn't because of that. It was the overall market downturn. So no need to worry about that. And as you guys can see, XRP price did move back up again. Guys, the market is going to ebb and flow, and we are still very, very into this bull market right now. So again, just wanted to reiterate, if you want to follow me trading, for 17 cents a day, you can get a sneak peek into what I am doing this coming bull run. Of course, though, all eyes are going to be on XRP. That is my biggest position. And we've been following these partnerships. Matthew Liny posting this most recent one. Pismo was bought by Visa. So we know Visa is a Ripple-enabled company through Earthport, and Pismo does $40 billion in annual transactions. A white paper published by Pismo does highlight Kirat Bhatia of Ripple. So notice this offhand connection here. This is the Pismo paper, handling risks. So talking about the new cryptocurrency, the new emerging world of cryptos. And Kirat Bhatia, head of business development at Ripple, was quoted by saying this: cryptocurrency is a $1 trillion asset industry that is built up outside of banking and with very little support from banking. That is an interesting statement. That is something banks need to reflect upon. Secondly, this has been built without the regulatory clarity that banks wait for. The important question for me is, given that that has happened, will crypto native companies continue to do so and build the trust banks enjoy today? Very interesting comment there. Through this report, just kind of happened to be in this report by Pismo, who is working with Ripple-enabled Visa. So interesting news there. I wanted to bring that up. The banking relationships, the fact that a Ripple employee is talking about that specifically because of some things that I'm going to address next. But first, I want to just talk about this too. Another Ripple partner, Airwallix, doubles down on Israeli presence with new hires and expansion. So more expansion, this time in Israel, guys. And here's a quote: while we are expanding into Israel and the Middle East, we already have had customers in Israel for some time. This coming from Pranav Sood, the GM at Airwallix in the EMEA region. He goes on to say, we're serving business people like Papaya Global, Our Crowd, and many others and helping them with their global money movement needs. Airwallix is a payment banking platform for global business, helping customers to collect, hold, convert, and spend money around the world. It does that both for businesses' own needs, but also so that they can build embedded finance products for their customers too. The company, which was founded roughly 7 years ago in Melbourne, but has since expanded its presence into Israel and the EMEA region, employs currently 140 people. So Airwallix, one of those medium-sized businesses looking to expand and, started in Australia, but doing very, very well in these other regions of the world. And this is what we've been seeing over the last several years now. These Ripple partners partnering with not just other companies, but also in some cases other Ripple partners, creating that flywheel effect, expanding on the XRP ledger. And it's not just for finance and payments, guys. As per Emi Yoshikawa here from Japan, she tweeted this out. The tweet is translated here. Why did Ripple decide to participate as the biggest sponsor in the IVS crypto this time? There are two reasons. One, over the past few years, Ripple has been diversifying its blockchain business for corporations and has expanded into various fields such as liquidity services, tokenization, which means CBDCs, stablecoins, and RWAs, etc., custody, etc., in addition to international remittances. I would like you to know about the latest business. So make note of that, guys. Expanding into more verticals, that is very, very important and I think critical to Ripple's ultimate business plan. We would like to raise awareness of the L1 public chains, XRP Ledger, get various companies and developers interested and use it for future Web3 projects as the main sponsor. Okay, guys, Ripple down here is the main sponsor. The Ripple logo was widely exposed at the venue, and many people came to the booth. So I think that awareness has increased in various ways. You guys can see that. You can see silver sponsors down here, barely notable. I guess maybe if I zoom in on that, you can read some of those. Then the gold sponsors, platinum sponsor, and then Ripple up here, the only diamond sponsor at this event in Japan. So expanding the XRPL utility. Another example of that, which I just happened to see today. I thought this was kind of out of the blue, but RippleX posted this on Twitter. Fieldboss is a mapping application. Check this out, guys. a mapping application available on the XRP Ledger testnet that merges blockchain technology with open source GIS mapping tools through geolocated XRPL NFTs. And you can check this out. It links to the XRP Ledger website, xrpl.org. Mapping with NFTs, they got a screen grab here from it too with Fieldboss. GIS applications are extended to include the real-time tokenization of 2D and 3D unique geometries collected by field crews. By combining the analytical power of GIS assets represented spatially with the transparency and immutability and security of a blockchain technology, the team believes it can show the spatial and temporal distribution of information which is securely stored on the blockchain. So guys, using this now for mapping, a brand new application for the XRP Ledger, but I'm sure many industries can benefit from this. And, they say they've gotten positive feedback from the XRP Ledger from environmental consultants. That's the other thing too, right? The environment is another important aspect to this. The XLS20 protocol makes it easy for Fieldboss to mint and manage NFTs on the XRP Ledger and enable the real-time tokenization of spatial geometries quickly and seamlessly. Very interesting. More applications, clearly, not just for payments, guys. We're moving away from payments, well, at least Ripple branching out into new applications. And this is what's going to keep this company going for the long term. I wanted to keep moving because payments is still huge. And we're still moving into an emerging market where CBDCs are going to be ushered in slowly but surely. Unfortunately, and fortunately for us, again, a bit of a bittersweet topic. Subjective Views here posted this. Susan Friedman, head of policy at Ripple, comments on the wider implication of digital currencies. Guys, this was from the Digital Pound Foundation interview. It was brought to me by Susan Anthony on Twitter. Listen to this.
Obviously, we've got CBDCs and we've got other new forms of money like stable coins and, cryptocurrencies more broadly. How do you think that's changing the way we transact, and what are sort of the wider implications of a digital currency?
We see digital cryptocurrencies, central bank digital currencies as encouraging a number of different initiatives, including financial inclusion. We think digital money will help to increase access to financial services for under and unbanked populations, and also encourage, or I should say, enhance direct person-to-person payments. We think that the initiatives will help to enhance existing payment infrastructures. Digital currencies can help increase the speed and efficiency of payments. We think that the initiatives generally will help to foster innovation. So using digital features like smart contracts and programmable money will be the basis of new financial services. We also think there's an opportunity for digital currencies to help reduce energy use and environmental resources by presumably phasing out the printing of paper money and the minting of coins. So we think that there are we see a lot of different threads being fostered by the development of digital currencies. At the same time, we recognize that central banks are really grappling with how to encourage these while also maintaining financial stability and control of their monetary systems. And this comes back to, as different countries work on different initiatives, ensuring that we're not building walled gardens, that there's interoperability between currencies, that currencies can flow freely between countries and do so in a way that allows, that maintains financial stability will really be, at the heart of the challenge ahead for all countries considering CBDC.
So pretty straightforward and hard on the topic of CBDCs, I gotta say. Sticking to the script, it sounds as though, although we do know that, Ripple is going to be playing a huge part in this, and, in a lot of ways, the company does not want to bite the hand that feeds. So, talking about the central bank relationship with CBDCs, and how Ripple's going to be playing a big part in this, essentially removing the friction, something that the big banks, at least the big banks in the United States, have relied on for so long. Now, Moon Family Sedan here, Moon Lambo on Twitter posted this. Read this tweet, then recall the vile and divisive comments from him about XRP and Ripple. He's talking about Vitalik Buterin's recent tweet from yesterday. He says this. First of all, he's not letting anybody comment on this thread, which is kind of cowardice in my opinion. However, here's what he says. The one comment I'll make is that I feel bad that Solana and other projects are getting hit in this way. They don't deserve it. And if Ethereum ends up winning, in quotes, through all other blockchains getting kicked off exchanges, that's not an honorable way to win. and in the long term probably isn't even a victory. This is especially true since the real competition is not other chains, it's the rapidly expanding centralized world that is imposing itself on us as we speak. I wish all honorable projects a fair outcome in this whole situation. Vitalik, can you get the XRP community hating you even more? I think this sums it up, though. I mean, Ethereum winning, it doesn't even sound like it's a question. Mr. HBAR also bringing up a very good point. It's actually not that complicated. JP Morgan and Citi, just giving us two examples here, have no interest at all in technology creating less friction because, guys, these are the banks that have, made some of their revenue through those Nostro and Vostro accounts, allowing the smaller banks to utilize the capital that they have locked up for cross-border transactions. And because Ripple has come along, now they've democratized payments. So these guys have no interest in the technology creating less friction. So they will do everything to promote technologies that create friction for their profit. So this is another thing, okay? You can be pretty sure that companies like JP Morgan have taken a major stake in and will use blockchains like Ethereum because Ethereum sucks so bad. As per Arcane Arsenals here, have you actually used ETH? It sucks so bad in multiple ways, most notably the gas fees and the speed. So if you have the high fees and the speed isn't great, basically what you have is, well, another Swift. Okay, something that's not much better than Swift. Obviously, Ripple does this better, and this is why, at least the theory goes as such, JP Morgan and Citibank in the pocket of the SEC and why the SEC wants to squash Ripple. So what does this mean? Another interesting observation here Wrath of Kahneman made, Ripple making waves. Now he posted this, an article from Bloomberg, guys. Citigroup reviews partnership with crypto custodian Metaco. We know Ripple did recently partner with Metaco, and Citigroup is now reviewing their partnership with Metaco. Things that make me go, and questioning this because we know Citibank is partnered with Ripple through Valente, so not a direct partnership, but they do have a Ripple connection through Valente Technologies. So, I mean, I would have thought here that Citigroup would be quite happy, quite content with this partnership. However, they're second guessing it, and there might be some reasons for this. The people asked not to be identified because it's private. The Wall Street Bank announced the partnership with Metaco a year ago. Ripple Labs, which is locked in a year's dispute with the SEC, agreed last month to buy Metaco for $250 million, as we reported. Moves by traditional financial firms into digital assets have created opportunities for the sector's startups, particularly in custody. But several companies have ended partnerships with crypto custodians this year, underscoring challenges the smaller firms face in an area where technological change is rapid. Now, here's the part that I find interesting. It wasn't clear whether the review is linked to Ripple's acquisition of Metaco. Ripple said when announcing the deal that Metaco would operate as an independent brand and be run by its chief executive officer, Adrian Treccani. A representative for Citi declined to comment. A Ripple spokesperson did not respond for comments either. So now I'm wondering, because Ripple owns Metaco, is this the reason Citigroup is second guessing their partnership with Metaco now that, there's so many other different types of crypto custody options in the market? Do they have a bad taste in their mouth because it's Ripple? It got me wondering because, they are partnered indirectly with Ripple through Valente anyway. So, it did get me wondering. Dingo ate my XRP. He posted this. Okay, one question I have, why would Citi get Bloomberg to write an article about a simple partnership reassessment? That's a good question. Shopping to negotiate a better deal? Like I said, there's so many companies now that provide custody for cryptocurrencies, so many institutional grade companies that it seems like a bit of a nothing burger, doesn't it? You move on, maybe you shop around for a different option. However, usually the reason would be because of a better rate or a better contract or whatever. Wrath of Kahneman says makes sense. This article is working to position it as there's a lot of custody companies swapping going on these days in general, but Andrews here has his suspicions. Do you remember when Brad Garlinghouse said this? I got the clip up here, courtesy of Cowboy Crypto on Twitter. Listen to this.
Messages to banks that have liquidity. So to some degree, Citibank and HSBC, really the top two, JPM, those are the top three liquidity banks. And when you're sending SWIFT messages, you're sending messages to banks to release liquidity and making sure the debits and credits match. So to some degree, really boil it down, Ripple's competing with the liquidity of Citi and the messaging of SWIFT, but in one, because we're both messaging and liquidity.
So competing with two companies at once, liquidity and messaging, Ripple does it all. And it does make sense considering, even here, Mr. HBAR was using JP Morgan and Citi in these two examples. They want to use inferior cryptocurrency blockchain technology because it serves their bottom line. Create friction, guys. These companies do not want to make yours and my life any better. They want us to continue to pay fees. However, Ripple's coming out of the gate with a far superior option, which is going to get adopted worldwide. And with the more utility of XRP will come higher prices. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.